Pokemon Red and Blue, the games that started it all for the Pokemon series. These games have a lot of fun glitches within them, so I want to cover the bigger ones. So in this episode of Game Breakers, we'll be taking a look at Pokemon Red and Blue glitches. Alright, so this first glitch can be pretty tricky, but if you follow these steps, you can get a level 100 Pokemon before the first gym. You can pick which Pokemon you get to an extent, and I'll explain why in a bit. The Pokemon I want to get level 100 is Gengar, so I need to pick Charmander as my starter. This will cause our rival to pick Squirtle, and you'll see why this is important later. You need to play normally up through Viridian Forest until you get up to this last trainer here. And this is probably the hardest step. You need to get into a wild encounter as you're triggering the trainer battle. If you don't, you'll get into the battle and have to reset, so save before attempting this. You have a pretty slim chance of getting the encounter here, but honestly, if you keep resetting, it won't take long. Once you manage to get the encounter, you also have to hope it's something like a WEEDLE. You have to die in this battle for the glitch to work, and with Pokemon Red, the spawn rate is a lot higher for WEEDLE, but you can still get something like a Metapod. Thankfully, I got the WEEDLE first try and had it poison me. I eventually died, and after blacking out, you'll see a trainer exclamation point pop up for a second before taking you back to the Pokemon Center. So now the glitch has been activated, so the next time you walk into Viridian Forest, you'll encounter a Pokemon based on the special attack of the Pokemon you last faced. So for example, I fought a level 3 Pidgey, and when I went back to the forest, I encountered a Nidoking. Another thing you might notice is it's only level 7, but we want to get to level 100. To do this, you need to growl 6 times at the Pokemon you face, and this will bring it down to level 1. Since Generation 1 games aren't meant to have level 1 Pokemon, the stats can be pretty glitchy. We'll get back to how you reach 100, but first I want to show you how to get Gengar. After being placed back at the Pokemon Center, head left toward Victory Road. You'll now get into a battle with your rival. Since we picked Charmander at the start of the game, he'll have a Squirtle who has a special stat that'll give us Gengar. After defeating his Pidgey, he'll send out his Squirtle, and we now need to growl at it 6 times. This will give us the level 1 Gengar. After doing so, you can either win or lose the battle. If you do win though, make sure you don't encounter anything in the grass that we had to walk through to get here, or it'll change the Pokemon you get. Make your way back to Viridian Forest, and upon entering, you'll be greeted with some text and then the Gengar. Make sure you save before entering the battle, because you most likely won't catch him on your first try. Anyway, once you do catch him, take a look at his stats. You'll see that the Gengar needs a pretty low amount of XP to level up, but make sure you don't get the required amount or you might actually only level up to 2. My Gengar needed 63 XP to level up, but after winning, I only got 20. This will cause the Gengar to go straight to level 100, and have the same stats that come with it. And there you go, you can now kill anything in sight. Another really cool glitch allows you to catch Mew and also make it level 100. After making your way through Mount Moon, you'll reach Cerulean City. Head up and beat your rival along with the other trainers on Nugget Bridge. You'll receive a Nugget, which you can sell at the Pokemart. Use the money to purchase a bunch of Pokeballs because you'll need a lot of them. Walk back up Nugget Bridge and to the left. Make sure you don't fight the trainer here because we need him later. Go into the grass and we now need to catch an Abra. It shouldn't be too hard to find, but it only knows teleport, so you only have 1 or 2 chances to actually catch it. Once you successfully do, you're good to go. Head back up here so you're a step away from the trainer's sight. Save here because you only have 1 shot if you don't. Walk down and quickly open up your menu. You should see the trainer, but since we open our menu, he won't battle us. We now need to go to Abra and use teleport. An exclamation point will pop up and then the teleport animation will play. For some reason, you turn to a bunch of numbers and letters as you float away. Once you land back in front of the Pokemon Center, the glitch has been activated, and you can no longer use your menu or talk to people. We now need to carry out a few similar steps to what we did to catch Gengar. Head into the gym and battle the first trainer. Take out his first Pokemon to bring out his Shelder. This is the Pokemon we need to encounter Mew. We now need to growl at it 6 times like we did with the Squirtle. Once you do, you can kill it to win the battle. All that's left to do now is walk back up Nugget Bridge, and the menu will pop up on its own. Upon closing it, you'll get into a battle with Mew. Even though it's only level 1, it can be pretty difficult to catch. I'd recommend catching a low-level Pokemon to wear it down first. Once you catch it, simply swap train Mew and it'll jump straight to 100. And now we have 2 level 100 Pokemon before even getting our second badge. With 2 pretty big glitches out of the way, let's show you one that's a lot easier to do. If you have a fainted Pokemon on team, you can actually deposit all the other ones and only have the dead one. Head over to the PC and drop off all your other Pokemon. Upon closing the menu, you can walk 3 whole steps before you black out as normal. However, if you save and reset after taking these 3 steps, the counter resets so you can now take another 3 and repeat the process. I'm not going to go too far with this one just because it takes too long and it's not worth it. But feel free to try this simple glitch out for yourself. So to wrap up today's episode, I figure we cover possibly the biggest glitch of all time. MissingNo is probably one of the most known glitches to date, so let's get into it. To set up this glitch, you're going to need a Pokemon that knows Fly and one that knows Surf. Next, fly from wherever you are to Viridian City. Go up and speak to the old man who teaches you how to catch Pokemon. After the tutorial is over, fly to Cinnabar Island. Now before we go on to the next step, I want to inform you on something. Doing this glitch can cause an item in the 6th slot to be duplicated, and you'll end up having 168 of it. So before I carried on, I placed my one and only Master Ball there. Anyway, start surfing up and down the east coast here. After a pretty short time, some interesting Pokemon will start to appear. I found a level 80 Charmeleon and then a level 178 Nidorino. After that, I found my first glitched Pokemon. It was a whopping level 0, but it did cause me to have 128 Master Balls even though it only reads 9. After catching the Pokemon with one, it somehow kept attacking me, so I just ran from it. I checked my Pokemon and saw that the glitched Pokemon was still there in my party, but it had a weird human sprite. Anyway, I kept serving and eventually found a level 164 MissingNo. After catching it, your game can have some side effects such as your Hall of Fame being messed up. Also, this glitch can be based off of what your character is named at the start of the game. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to learn more about this glitch. That's gonna do it for this episode of Game Breakers. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. I had a lot of fun breaking this Pokemon game and I want to do more in the future. But for now, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, see ya!